when we moved out from to the city, as I probably said it already, when my father left for America, we couldn't stay no more. Sam, when my father left for America, he left my mother pregnant, and Sam was born around August, I believe it was. During the summer, he left in January, and he was born in August. After Sam was born, we lived there for a while yet, and we moved out to the city. We moved together with Tefege in 2 rooms, 9 people. And it seems that we all had a room to sleep. And we lived on the money that Father used to send, a couple of dollars. We changed it into rubles. The dollar was way 2 rubles at that time. And we got along. As soon as my father was here for a year, he took out me. And he hoped, and when he'll have some more money, he'll send out for the rest of the family. That was, my father left in about the end of 1904. Minnie came here in 1906, and he expected to bring the family a little later when he'll have a little money. But then, as you know, there was the revolution in Europe, and I was a kid, I was already about 13, 14 years. I was interested also in that revolution. I used to go to the meetings and do what they had. And my mother got frightened and she wrote him a letter, "You must take him away." Father sent a ship's, that is a ticket for the boat, and I left for America in 1907. In the spring of 1907, I came to America. It was the worst year of depression. Couldn't be any, about in 1907, and at that time there was no such thing as relief or unemployment or compensation to anybody got away, nothing. People, when we walked the streets in the morning, many people were thrown out from their house because they didn't pay no rent. That was the custom. They put out a plate and people used to throw in pennies until they found a little money to move back in their house. People used to move from one house to the other. Moving was very cheap. For $1.50 or $2, he was able to move. And then they paid for a month's rent, and they stayed there until they threw them out. They stayed there 3, and then they throw them out. They moved to another place for $1.50 or $2. They had very little furniture, and there was nothing for them. And people really suffered. There were no unions. I mean, there were unions in the Gentile unions, in the carpeting, and other trades, but in the clothing industry, the unions were very weak, worked longer hours. And as I told you before, school was only compulsory till 14 years. And I was already more than 14 and decided I had to go to work. I was bar mitzvah yet, I was bar mitzvah in Yeshviz already. My bar mitzvah cost me 5 or 10 cents, 10 kopekes. Because for that 10 kopekes, I bought 2 quarts of kerosene. They used to call it gaze for the shul they should have for their lamps. That was my bar mitzvah. And they called me a maftir. Maftir I knew very well. And nobody was there except myself. Not even my mother took the bother to come to the shul, because it was something that had to happen. There was nothing we didn't make no party, we didn't make no fuss about it. As I told you already, my father took me my father lived on Cherry Street in a house where we had to go to the toilet downstairs. He has to run downstairs 4 flights to the toilet. I forgot to tell you about in Mickiewicz. We had to go to the toilet, we went outside. And we had a good street cleaning. He made a good job. Nobody can make a better job. The pigs used to come immediately running and cleaned out with their tongue completely. The best street cleaner couldn't make a better job. I forgot to tell it to you, that's why I'm telling it to you now. In 1999, my mother came. While I went to work for the store, hosiery and underwear, it was a wholesale. On one side of the street, on Rivington and Peak, on the other side of the street was a retail. I worked in the wholesale, delivering bundles, selling. The hours were regular, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock every night. For that, I received at the beginning $2.50 a week, and I used to get, when I delivered bundles, I got once in a while a nickel for a tip. Some of them didn't give even that. I carried the bundles on the top floor, on the 4th floor, wherever the peddlers used, they pedal for the pushcart, used to buy the goods in the evening, and the next day I delivered it to them to the house. After working there 2 years, I made about $7 a week. I had a friend of mine, Biddy and Adi, if you remember him, Herschel. He was a peddler, and he talked into me we should go peddle together. I left the job. He wanted to give me $10 a week already, but I left it and I went away to peddle. And I peddled for about a year and a half, I believe, or so. I didn't like it too much. I went to work for to deliver milk. That was in those years a very hard job. Because we had to, with the horse and wagon, I used to take it at the stable, go on the west side, Harlem, near the river, the trains used to come there with the milk. We had to take off the milk ourselves in the bottles. There were no containers at that time. And at 12 o'clock I was over there near the train already, 12 o'clock at night. And during the day then, when my route was in Harlem, on 99th Street, 100th Street. Went with the horse to Harlem and started to deliver the milk until the morning. Till I got about 9 o'clock I was through with the delivery. But I had to go to collect every day. I couldn't find them this one, and the collection was, I had to collect almost every day. I used to get home almost 3 o'clock, and 11 o'clock I was already in the stable. You can imagine how it worked. I had it up for about a year and a half or two, I don't remember. 1930, I decided it's no use, I got to learn a trade. Then I went into my uncle Abraham worked in the same trade. He took me into a course by the name Ratner and Capide, and he paid in $10, and I worked 2 weeks for nothing, and I learned the trade. First week he gave me, I don't remember exactly, $6 or $7, then little by little, every time I got a raise. The hours were long there too, but not as long as it was at least regular, about 59 hours a week. That wasn't bad. As soon as I got went into the Union, and I also joined the Socialist Party. The Socialist Party I joined, I was never a revolutionary. The Socialist Party had a platform that they hope sometime socialism will come, and people will equalize, but at the same time